Today, we're going to be doing an oil change on this FERRIS 400s. So firstly, what we're going to want to do is we're going to unscrew this oil fill cap right here, which also acts as the dipstick. So there's no vacuum created by the outgoing oil. Then this is actually the drain plug right here. So take this little hose out of its holder, and this is where the oil is going to drain from. So the nut here is 5/8, and the holder is 11/16. So I actually jacked up the machine a little bit. So I'm actually going to run this this drain tube down through the hole in the frame. I'm going to put this nut back on just for now, just hand tight. We're going to run this nut down. We're going to run this tube down, and we're actually going to take the nut off underneath, and the oil will drain from underneath. Okay, so here's your oil drain tube right here. So you're going to want to take it out of the holder and then feed it towards you this way. It's a little difficult, but I can see it coming through at the bottom there. And so it's going to have this little kink at the top. So you're just going to want to push the kink right through the hole. Just like that. All right, and then twist the kink out. And you'll have it coming out the bottom right here. So now I'm cleaning up the oil that I just spilled. I should have had it, the machine up higher and the drain plug a little bit closer. So now, once I have those two things, take this drain plug off again, and now the oil will drain out actually into the bucket. Put the plug back in. Okay, so now we got that on there. That's it. That's all you need to do to that. Just tighten it a little bit. It's going to be up anyway in its holder back up top, which we're going to feed right back through now. Put it back in the holder. Come back to the side. I like to use this bar just to get this fitted in here. And this bar I can just use with some leverage. And we can just roll it just like this, so we don't do anything to that pipe, and it gets it right back up through here, the hose I mean. We just roll the tool right back up. There we go. Put it back in its holder right here, just like that. Done with the drain plug. We're gonna get this oil filter off. So, even though you should be able to get this off by hand, you can never get these off by hand. Yeah, it doesn't happen. So if we take a look at this, I have this oil filter wrench. So this one is a 74 to 76 millimeter oil filter wrench. You can check that out right there. So that's what we're going to use with a little extension to get that off. So we're just going to get it on tight. Hit it on a little bit. And then just move the camera out of the way. There we go. You can see it coming off right now. So now I'm actually gonna stuff this rag underneath the oil filter right there, just to catch any excess oil. Ooh, that's a lot more oil than I expected. Okay, now we just get the rest of this off by hand. That's why we put the rag there, right? There it is, Kawasaki oil filter. Wipe up all the oil that we got, that we had dripping right there. I'm gonna clean this surface flat right here. The oil filter surface, clean that surface off. Clean all the excess oil that's outside of the engine off and all the oil that has dripped onto the frame. So the new oil filter that I got is this Fram Ultra Synthetic XG4967. I'll have the link to it in the description. Here it is. Here's what it looks like outside of the box. And so what you want to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of that oil on my finger. See, just a little bit of that oil. And we're going to put it right around this edge right here. So when we put this filter back on the machine or the engine, it doesn't, this rubber gasket doesn't clump up and cause leaks. So we're just gonna finish wiping up all the excess oil that's in the machine. And here we go. And we're gonna screw the new oil filter on the machine. And you just need it hand tight. So just hand tight, just like that. Just like that. No need to use the oil filter wrench. Just hand tight, just like that. It's perfect. So here's the original Kawasaki filter. If you'd like to get the original one, it's the same process, taking it off and putting the new one back on. There's your part number right there. All right, so we're gonna put the funnel in right here. And so we're using this AMSOIL synthetic 10W40 motor oil. So I just have this ATV UTV oil, just fine. 10W40, as long as it's 10W40, this will work. And we're gonna pour it in. So this is gonna take 2.1 quarts. So this is 1 quart right here. So there's 1 quart. Okay, so there's 2 quarts, so we're gonna put a little bit in for the last quart. So just that much. So we're gonna put 2.1, just a little bit more. Make sure there's enough. So there's 2.1 quarts of 10W40 oil. There you go. And we're gonna take out the funnel, put the plug, put the oil filler cap back on. We'll start it up now. Make sure there isn't any leaks. Looks good, no leaks. All right, so after running the engine, we're gonna check the oil again. We'll clean it off with a rag. Clean it off with a rag. Put it in, screw it in, unscrew it. There we go. Oil is right up to there. There's a little bit, a little bit too much in there, but that's okay. So thanks for watching J Bells Outdoors. Like if this video helped you out, and subscribe for more. Thanks.